The world is closely watching every move during Donald Trump's visit to China. It's not just about diplomacy, but a move that could redefine the global order. Two giants, technically aligned in negotiations, but still rivals in practice, compete for power and influence in every strategic field.
Is the United States-China relationship positive for both in absolute terms? Yes, but when you include the element of power, you start to worry about the issue of relative advantage.
The impact of this meeting could reverberate for decades, altering the balance between economy, technology, and military power. Trump's move comes at a time when China has already surpassed the Americans on several fronts. Today, China is the largest trading partner of 80% of countries, consolidating its position as the epicenter of world trade. However, nominal GDP still keeps the United States in the lead. This contrast shows that, although the numbers favor Washington in nominal terms, the real dynamism of the global economy has been leaning toward Beijing. And upon realizing this, Donald Trump made a strategic move on the geopolitical chessboard. By recognizing China's progress and strengths, the Americans reposition their strategy in a move that not only changes the game, but could profoundly and permanently redefine the global balance of power. Welcome to Vida no Quartel. In the field of innovation, Chinese supremacy is clear. Artificial intelligence patents, advances in research and development, and leadership in new technologies consolidate Beijing as a global leader. However, American military and technological power remains the most robust, with global projection capabilities and leadership in generative artificial intelligence. This duality creates a scenario of structural rivalry, where each Chinese advance is met with an American military or technological response. In economics and finance, the clash is equally intense. Although China is growing at a fast pace, the United States still maintains the largest nominal economy in the world, with GDP projections above $30 trillion by the end of 2026, which is about 60% larger than China's. In addition, the dollar remains the main global reserve currency, reinforcing financial hegemony. This monetary advantage gives Americans a silent but powerful weapon, capable of influencing markets and governments on a global scale. Xi Jinping, in turn, acts with caution. His diplomatic stance seeks to expand Chinese power without lighting the fuse of a war, since the current scenario favors China. A war could destroy what has been built so far, and that's why the Chinese leader prefers to use the United States' military overstretch in conflicts around the world as fuel to boost his own economy. This patient and calculated strategy reinforces the perception that Beijing plays the long game, while Washington has to deal with immediate pressures, whether it's the war with Iran, the war in Ukraine, the defense of Taiwan, or crises within America. The meeting between Trump and Xi Jinping is focused on preventing economic rivalry from turning into open conflict. After the 2025 trade war, which brought losses to both sides, any agreement is seen as a superficial pause without resolving the underlying tensions. The relationship is described as an asymmetric stalemate. Both sides try to buy time, stabilize trade ties, and avoid ruptures, but without giving up their positions of power. It's a game of patience where every move can trigger global consequences. Taiwan remains the most sensitive point on the agenda. President Xi Jinping warned that any mishandling of the issue could lead to a direct confrontation. Trump, in turn, signaled the possibility of discussing arms packages for Taiwan, increasing uncertainty and military tension. This issue is the real test of diplomacy because any mistake can turn economic rivalry into armed conflict. Regarding the Middle East, the topic of discussion between the leaders is the war in Iran. Washington seeks greater Chinese involvement to contain the escalation, while also maintaining its foreign policy focus on Latin America, such as Cuba, Venezuela, and Mexico, in addition to various actions against drug trafficking. This diversification shows that Trump understands that global power is not defined only in Beijing, but on multiple geopolitical fronts. Trump's take on China's rise is actually a smart move. By taking 30 owners of the world's largest companies, including Elon Musk, to China, the American leader shows that he recognizes the economic power of good trade relations.
The visit will last 2 days. Trump arrives in Beijing focused on business. The delegation includes representatives from major technology companies. And the discussions are expected to focus mainly on chips, artificial intelligence, and the supply of rare minerals. Taiwan is expected to be one of the most sensitive topics of the meeting.
This initiative shows that even amid rivalry, there is room for strategic cooperation. A new world order is taking shape with China and the United States maintaining global control in a delicate balance. Both act cordially on a technical level, but each protects its own sphere of power. Beijing bets on diplomacy and trade to expand its influence, while Washington maintains its military and financial hegemony. The result is an apparent partnership, but one marked by a quiet rivalry that will reshape the future of global geopolitics. Leave your thoughts in the comments about Donald Trump's visit to China and how this meeting could influence Brazil's development. And if you value practicality in everyday life, the kit with 4 dry-fit Sandrine shirts for less than 60 rays is the right choice. These are lightweight, durable shirts made with technology that quickly absorbs and evaporates sweat, making them ideal for gym workouts or daily use at work. In addition, they don't fade, dry in minutes, and don't need to be ironed, bringing much more convenience to your routine. By clicking the link in the description or the comment, you who follow Vida No Cartel can get your kit with 4 dry-fit Sandrine shirts for less than 60 rays and have it delivered to your home, with all the safety and delivery guarantee from Mercado Libre. Here at Vida No Cartel, you stay up to date with everything happening in the military world. Leave a like, subscribe, and watch one of the videos appearing on your screen. Forward, soldiers. See you next time.